How's it going, everybody? Hope we're all doing alright today. Back once again with a brand new video. I'm in that mode where I'm just pumping them out, which is great. I did actually recently manage to secure full-time employment, which I'll be starting soon, hopefully. And it is as a support worker, working with young adults with behavioural and physical disabilities and mental health issues and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to start that. So I'm going to try and make these videos now as frequently as I can, because obviously once I start my new job I won't really have much time to do these. So yeah, going to get up to my den, get the fire going, just have a chilled out video today. We've done a lot of exploration videos in different forests this week, and today I just wanted to touch base at my stomping grounds and like I say, just chill out and relax. I've brought some incense with me, I've brought some sage with me, I've brought some crystals with me, and I'm going to do a bit of meditation, try to sort of restore my energy, and yeah, talk about spiritualism, which is something I'm very passionate about. So if you'd like to hear my thoughts on this subject, please stick around. So spiritualism as a whole concept, I would dare say it's probably not that well understood by the average Joe blogs. And truth be told, like, I'm still quite new to it. I would say I've identified as a spiritualist now for nearly 12 months. And I really feel like it is personal to the individual what spiritualism is. To me, the way I look at it is, obviously our bodies are finite, we don't last forever, but what's inside of us, our spirit, our energy, that is infinite, that is eternal, and that carries on forever, and it can be found in all living things, animals, plants, trees. The very ground that you walk on is full of energy of everybody that has lived and died on this planet, and it's possible to keep in touch with your deceased loved ones after they've passed. I've attended a few spiritualist churches and experienced some interesting things, shall we say. So yeah, so where did it start for me? Well, I mean, I was brought up, like most people in this country are, as a Christian, Church of England, that type of thing. Went to church on Sundays, Sunday school as a kid. I've got a average knowledge of the Bible and Jesus and God and all the rest of that. And yeah, I suppose I stopped believing in God when I was about 16 or 17 years old, sometime around there, and I just decided that's it. There's no God, there's no afterlife, we live and we die. I'm a firm believer in evolution and natural selection, Darwinism and all that sort of stuff, and that was just really my sort of wheelhouse, I suppose. And then I've spoken about it before, obviously, how at the start of 2020 we lost my family, we lost my grandma, and that was the first time in my life that I'd experienced personal loss on an adult level. And things like that, they change your perspective on a lot of things. So from there I started getting more into the crystals, amethyst crystals. And I guess that started with me collecting fossils as well. Obviously being an animal person, as I've said many times on this channel, and being very passionate about dinosaurs from a young age, I've always had an interest in fossils, you know, and I collected bits and pieces here and there. And by extension of that, that's how I got into the crystals. I thought I'd said another deer. Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, typically whenever you go to a fossil shop or a fossil stall, usually them kinds of places are selling crystals as well. And I just started buying them just purely based on the fact that I just think they're gorgeous. They're absolutely beautiful. No two are the same. You know, I can just spend hours and hours looking at them and admiring their beauty. You know, I've got quite a nice little collection now. And then from there, I started, you know, connecting with people I haven't spoken to for a long time. Obviously last March, that's when, you know, we had the first lockdown in the UK. You know, and I suppose one good thing to come out of that, for me, was that, like I say, I connected with a lot of people I haven't spoken to for quite a while, you know, through text and messenger. And a lot of these people, well, all of them really, are all spiritualists. And that is when the concept was introduced to me. And, you know, we started talking about spiritualism, what it means to these people. And I thought, you know what, I can dig this. You know, like, this is kind of, I feel good about this. So yeah, from there, just collected more crystals. And like I say, spiritualism to me, it's about feelings. You know, like your gut instinct, intuition, that kind of thing. And, you know, when you get signs like that, when you meet people who are, you know, kind of like singing from the same hymn sheet that you do, or you want to, you don't ignore signs like that. You kind of, you know, go with the current of life, I guess, is another way to put it. And that is what spiritualism means to me. And that's just what I've identified with. So I've spoken about this, made mention to it a few times in a couple of videos that I've done, about how I get vibes whenever I visit certain places, and they're either good or bad, you know, positive or negative. You know, like yesterday when I was in the Forest of Bowland, just this overwhelming sense of uneasiness came over me when I was in there. And it's because what I was saying about how the energy from us and everything else, it's eternal, it goes on forever. And I believe, you know, the mysterious creatures that we talk about on this channel, like Bigfoot, UFOs, aliens, extraterrestrials, I believe that they are, you know, carriers of this energy in great quantities, more than what we can hold. And I think if you kind of practice spiritualism, you pick up on this more. Does that, hopefully that makes sense. Because like I say, I'm still quite new to this. I'm still trying to wrap my head around a lot of the big concepts of spiritualism. But yeah, I think that's why this area, you know, my den, you know, my shelter, why I always feel really good around here, because a lot of my pets are buried up here as well. And obviously my pets are my number one passion in life, so it's like they're still with me when I'm up here. And I like to try and, you know, channel the love that I feel for them and felt for them. And one of the ways that I do that is through meditation. So this is my circle of crystals, and what I'll do now is basically just sit in that circle while I set some incense off. And as I say, whatever takes over me, takes over me. And I just kind of go with the flow of it and the feel of it. And, you know, I'll just have 10 minutes, sort of contemplate, you know, and relax about maybe things that are on my mind. But typically, you know, like all these crystals, they all represent something to me, and that's why I like to have them around me. Like this one in particular, this is obsidian, and obviously that's a material from the ground. And as I said, my pets are buried up here. They're in the ground, so that's why that's important to me. And then, yeah, other crystals that I put down might remind me of certain places, certain people, you know, family members, and as I say, my animals, because my animals are my family. Look at that. That is beautiful. So yeah. So this kind of stuff, obviously, it will look daft to some, but it really helps me as a person. I found a lot in the last 12 months that I've started to suffer with anxiety attacks. I used to get them a lot at the start of last March when lockdown first begun. And I think it was subconscious stress of not knowing what the future held. And once I sort of let go of that through, you know, meditative rituals like this, I started to feel a lot better. You know, so whatever is your jam, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Whether it be this kind of stuff or something else, don't let anybody ever tell you that it's strange or odd. Because if it helps you to have peace of mind and feel good in yourself, then you do it. Much better. All done and dusted now. Feel nice and recharged, but it is starting to get quite cold, so I'm going to go home. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, you have any thoughts yourself about spiritualism, whether it's a real thing or it's just a lot of guffawed, let me know if you want to. I promise I won't take offence. But yeah, like the video if you want, subscribe if you haven't, and yeah, I'll see you all further on down the road. Bye bye.